Hello. Welcome to Chair Mind Body Connection. Today we're going to start out on the ground. And I grabbed a pillow to make my life more comfortable because you know what? Why not? So if you can grab yourself a space on the floor or on something comfortable like a mat or a bed, that's totally fine. We're going to start and do a chunk of the class down here on the floor. And then, depending on how much time we have and how much fun and relax we get down here, then we'll transition over to the chair after. So, get comfy, I'll give you a minute, grab a space, grab a couch cushion, pillow off your bed, a blanket you could fold in half, anything like that. And then come on back. We're gonna do our kind of centering on our backs. I'm literally gonna use my pillow as a pillow, or I could, if that's too much, if I feel that it's a little too up on my neck, I can also put my pillow under my knees. I think that's where I'm gonna be today. And if you wanna grab 2 pillows or 5 pillows, you go nuts. Would never stop you on your pillow journey. But this right underneath my knees feels really comfy. I'm gonna just push my hood up. And I'm gonna take about 2 minutes here. If you have the ability to do alternate nostril breathing today, that would be a great time to do it. However, sometimes when you lie on your back, if you have trouble breathing out of your nose anyway, that can make that more difficult. So I totally understand if that's not in the wheelhouse for today. Alright, so all I want you to do here is tilt the pelvis and back. So I just want you to rotate it in and back. It's like you're pulling that belly button down and then releasing. The pelvis is tilting and releasing. It's just working on that. Just having the ability to control your pelvis and where it is in space is very helpful. With walking, with sitting, with standing, with transitional movements. Okay, and then relax. Now I'd like you to imagine that you're pulling in a drawstring on your suck hands. And everything is sucking in and then releasing. Sucking it in and then releasing. 2 more times. Suck it in and release. And suck it in and release. Now we're going to do the same thing together. So we're going to tilt our pelvis down and we're going to squeeze in and then release. Together, tilt that pelvis and squeeze on in, and let's go in. And release. 2 more times. Go in. We're not holding our breath here while we're doing this. And release. We're just activating our pelvic floor muscles. And squeeze it in. And release. So the idea is when you're ever doing any sort of ab movement or low back movement, like crunches or planks or anything like that, you want to really squeeze everything in like that to make sure that you are nice and in control. You're activating the outer abs and the inner abs by squeezing that all in and contracting all those muscles. So I forgot how comfortable it is to have a pillow underneath my knees. All right, let's take our hands and just have them right here in a prayer type position. Our fingertips are pushed up towards the ceiling. Now retract the shoulder blades underneath you. And let's push up and down, keeping the shoulder blades tucked down and back. Now come up and stay up. So we're here, our shoulder blades are still tucked down and back. And we're gonna open up one arm to the side, come down and come back up, and then the other side. This is nice and slow here, we're in no rush. I would like you to have a tiny little bit of a bend in the elbows. Let's do one more each side individually, and then we'll go to doubles. So coming out and in. 4 more times. One more. Bring those hands back, bring them back down to our prayer position, the fingertips tucked straight up, and now tuck those fingers in towards your chin. Are your shoulder blades still tucked back? Let's slide them up a little bit towards the chin and back down. Trying to keep those hands touching the whole time. So if you find that your fingertips are spreading apart or your palms are spreading apart, then you're going too far down. Stay up where your palms can stay together and it's not an issue. And then let's turn those fingertips towards your feet and let's go up and down too. Take your pillow, slide it out, and just tuck it up and out of the way for now. We're going to take one knee and hug it in to the chest. And let's move around that ankle a bit on this foot. One way and then the other. Point and flex, left and right, all the angles, all the movements, and we're still tucking this knee in. And this should feel good here. There should be no pain. All right, now bring that knee out to the side. So we're in this giant figure 4 shape. And depending on the distance between the floor here, if you want to put a pillow underneath or holding up part of a blanket, that's totally fine. I want you to have both hips on the ground. Hands can just be on your belly, feeling a gentle up and down rise. I'm just going to hold it here for a second. I would like you to be active in this other foot. So toes are pointed up towards the ceiling of this leg that's straight. All right, take your hand, take it to the outside of that thigh, use it to push yourself in, and then just bend, having this leg bent, just kind of let that knee fall onto the straight leg. This hip may come off the ground a little bit, that's okay. You can relax that foot on your straight leg. And then bring that knee back up to the center, and let's switch it on out. So, let's bring that knee up and into the chest first. And let's move around that ankle. All the ways, left, right, up, down, clockwise, counterclockwise. And then become active in this leg that is straight. And bring that knee out to the side into your figure four. Hands on the belly, relax. And then take that hand to the outside, push that leg up, and then just let it fall in towards the midline of your body. You can be passive in that, like that foot again. And bring that knee back to the center, bending both knees, bring them both in towards the chest. Holding still first. And then if it feels good, rocking side to side. All right, we're gonna pick a side and roll to it. And we're just gonna come into a nice little fetal position. So we're hugging those knees in, and if you want to use your prop, that's fine. Just hugging in, and we're gonna hold it here. We're gonna stay here for 2 minutes. 2 minutes on the right side and 2 minutes on the left side. You can close your eyes or just kind of gaze. I'm giving you permission to lay in the fetal position on the ground. So we're gonna straighten out those legs. If you feel like your neck is supported in a straight line, you can keep the prop here. Otherwise, you can remove the prop and use your arm. I just don't want your head up like that. And all we're gonna do, just gonna get my frame a little bit better. You're just gonna lift and lower that top leg. We're not going like all the way up here. We're just going to right about there or so. So we're just gonna go up and down. Two more. Release, bring that leg out of the way, however you like to do it. And then lift and lower the lower leg. And then release. Now, we're going to bend those knees, and we're going to do little clamps. We're going to open it up to the side. So relax your head and neck, open and close. And release, and then straighten those legs again. And we're gonna do little rainbows. So bring that top leg, bring it in front, and we're just gonna cross over. We're not doing big, huge arches, just little like jumps over of the other leg. So foot in front, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. We're gonna roll onto the other side, and we're gonna spend 2 minutes in the fetal position on the other side. So get comfortable. And I'll tell you when the 2 minutes are up. Okay, straighten out those legs. Support your head and neck. And let's have those legs go up and down, top leg only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring those knees in. Those little clamshells. Open this top leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're going to straighten them out and do those little rainbows. So bring that foot in front and we're going to go up and over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. I would like you to roll yourself up to sitting, however you want to do it. And all we're going to do is take our pillow or our prop, whatever we got, pop it on our lap. And then we're going to lean over with a flat back, as flat as you can get. Toes up. We're going to lean forward and we're going to stretch out the hamstrings on both legs. So my upper body is very passive in this. My toes are up and I'm definitely feeling this in my hamstrings for sure. We're going to hold it here for a minute. If there's ever a point you get uncomfortable, you can alter your position, of course. Let's look to the right. And look to the left. Come back to the center. Drop that ear towards the shoulder. And the other way. Back to the center. Release. Bring the bottoms of the feet to touch. You decide how close into the body you want them to be. Then we're going to do the same thing. Take your pillow, your prop, leaning forward as flat back as you can get it. And we're just kind of gently opening all those knees up to the side. If this is too much, bring your feet farther away. That's going to reduce the stretch a lot. You decide how intense you want to make it. We're going to hold it here about a minute again. This time, just look all the way straight down. Let that chin touch your chest and just really stretch out the back of that neck. We're going to roll onto one side, stay on this forearm here, And we're gonna do a nice quad stretch laying down. So I'm gonna take that top leg, your bottom leg can be straight, bent, just wherever it is to be out of the way. And we're just pulling this top foot back, bending that knee, stretching out the front of the leg or the quad. If you want to intensify the stretch, you can bring that bottom knee in a little bit. Remember, we're on our forearm, we're not on our elbow here. And release, and we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So you can just literally just turn around. I'm gonna flip my whole body so I stay facing you, just to be polite. So I'm on my forearm, and I'm pulling this foot back. And if I brought that knee in on one side, I'm gonna do so on the other. And then release. Okay, now we're gonna transition to the chair. So, however you would like to do that, you are more than welcome. I will give everybody a minute or two to do so, so no rush. Need to fix my camera angle and take my chair into frame, so take your time. This is a great time to grab some water. Okay. I'm very much over to one side. Let's fix that. Okay, so let us finish off by stretching our upper body. So I just kind of put my prop out of the way. If you want it for part of the cool down, make sure it's accessible, but we don't need it officially anymore. So let's take our right arm, bring it behind. My arm is literally right here if you can see it. Sitting up nice and tall. And let's switch into the same thing, other side. And it's right here. And tricep stretch, bring those arms up. Right here, this is super tight on me today. And if it's super tight, that means you need to stretch. But that doesn't mean it needs to be painful. You can ease into it slowly. And just if you just stretch once, it doesn't mean you're done for the day. Switch. And release, roll the shoulders back and down. Switch direction. Bring those arms in front, cross one arm over the other, bring those elbows up, give yourself a big hug. And let's switch arms. Remember, elbows are up. And release. I just put the pillow underneath my feet because I feel like my feet need to be elevated in this chair. Don't worry, you don't have to do the same. I mean, if you want to, by all means, go for it. But that's why I grabbed the pillows. I usually have blocks under my feet, but since and they're right there, but since the pillow's here, I decided why not. All right, so let's move around that wrist. Saying you're more than welcome to do things I do, and you're more than welcome to do things I don't do. As long as it's not painful or puts yourself in danger, it's your workout. It's your time. Switch. It's your mindfulness. Release that spinal twist. And the other way. Spinal twist. Release, come back to the center. Bring yourself over, cross those hands on the thighs. Make a little brace for yourself. Let that chin drop. Really heavy in the head. All right, roll it on up. All right, let's do some pec openers. So take one arm, just bring it all the way back. It's nice and parallel to the ground, shooting right off that shoulder. Arm is open, fingers are open, nice wide stretch all in here. Let's drop it to a lower angle. You might be able to pull back a little bit more. And then a higher angle. Check it out, release. Other side. Straight off that shoulder first. And then down low. And then up high. Release, make a little brace with one arm and take the other arm and drop it. And just do some little circles from that shoulder. One way and the other way. Forward, back, left, right. And then roll it on up. Other side, same thing. Circles left, circles right. Forward, back, up, down. Make sure it's doing both directions. And then roll it on up. Sit up nice and tall. Put your hand on your head. Bring that shoulder and ear together as close as they're going to be. This hand is just additional weight, nothing else. And let's switch sides. Come back to the center. Sit back a little bit and bring one knee in. Give yourself a big knee squeeze again. Pointing, flexing those toes, it feels good. Sitting up nice and tall here. Do you feel any difference in this pose now, seated towards the end of class, versus what we did towards the middle of class or beginning of class on the ground? Maybe can you get a little bit tighter into a ball? Okay, and let's switch it out. Same thing, other leg. Sitting up nice and tall. I know I can get into a much tighter ball this way, but is that due to my flexibility changing? Is that due to having the chair there? Could be a lot of things. Okay, put that foot back down. Sitting up nice and tall, arms down by your side, pivoting towards the ground, coming back up. Let's just stay on this one side. So we're down and up. We're not falling over. We're just bending at the waist, working those obliques a little bit, so these muscles on their side. Let's do two more. And switching on out. Beautiful. Come on up. Take one leg, cross it over. Let's do a little bit deeper of a spinal twist. This is too uncomfortable. Figure four. And let's rotate. A couple weeks ago, Jessica did a yin yoga in bed practice. I believe it was Rise and Shine 2 Tuesdays ago. We switched shifts. And so if that's something you're interested in, literally in bed the whole time, a great practice for getting up in the morning, going to bed at night, not feeling so hot, staying in bed. And let's switch. I got a lot of viewers, so I guess a lot of people enjoy the practice. So if that's something that you think might float your boat, check it out. I believe it was the first Tuesday of the month. It was definitely a Rise and Shine yoga on a Tuesday. All right, come back in. All right, so now, since we're all seated, we are going to try a little alternate nostril breathing together. And then we'll go into our final relaxation. So just as a gentle reminder, if you can't do this, no worries, just breathing in and out, nice, slow and controlled. But the idea is literally breathing in one nostril and out the other, in one nostril and out the other. And I just use my finger to hold close the other nostril. It's a very nice way to calm yourself down, bring yourself into a little bit of a different mind space. Okay, so we're going to hold one nostril shut, breathe in. And out the other. And then slowly come back to a regular breathing pattern. Look to the right. Look to the left. Come to the middle, look down. And then point up at an angle, stretching all this way. And release. Okay, so we have our final 2 minutes. You can go back to the alternate nostril breathing if that suited you. You can take your prop and put it over and lean over. If that feels good, you can sit up nice and tall. You can do whatever you want for 2 minutes. It's your 2 minutes. Thank you for coming today. I appreciate the company as always. Thank you so much for coming today. Feel free to stay in the position of your choice for a couple more minutes longer. Totally cool with me. I'll see you later. Bye.